Hey everyone, right now we're in northern New Hampshire. I've made a couple videos along this road over the years at a few culvert pipes that seem to have beaver issues, and about a year ago, actually maybe 2 years now, they cut down an entire tree line between the road and the river. But depending where it is, there's as little as 10 feet or as much as 30 feet of space there. But a couple years ago, they cut down the tree line, and I called it about 2 years ago that they were going to start having erosion issues, and it's slipping. Whether it was the DOT or the power company, because of the power lines there, whoever it was, they shouldn't have been allowed to cut down the tree line, because it's starting to slip into the river now, the edge of the road. Every time I take this road now, there's signs saying washout, because the whole area of the road actually fell into the river as a result. And now, all the time, there's DOT here or other officials with equipment against the hill seeing if it's slipping. We just passed a sign back there that said washout, because right here over the summer, the edge of the road here slipped into the river somewhere. Because right here was a tree line against the river, but for some reason they removed it. Maybe I actually didn't drive by it yet. It's a spot where there's like 10 feet where the road slipped over the summer. Yeah, 2 years ago, there was a good tree line here. You could not see the water very well. I don't know why they trimmed it, if it was for tourists to look at it or what the reason may have been, but yeah. So you saw that white van back there. That's somebody doing stuff right here, walking. And you saw right there on the edge of the road, they have some kind of sensor there to monitor it. Just thought it was interesting to show that. Where is it starting to slip? I may have drove by it. There's one area you can tell it pushed out, and it included a sign saying that there was a washout. It's a sign they forgot to take down. Maybe it's around the next bend here, what I'm thinking of. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. They still got the orange sign up after months. You see it says washout ahead. Maybe there was a second one, but you see where all these reflectors are? The entire road just caved in here after they cut down the little tree line. The trees were holding the roots together, and now 2 years later, all those roots are rotting. So when the river gets high, it's falling apart the road because of it. See, they left a little bit of tree line here, but there was all kinds of trees and bushes growing along this entire edge of the road, and they cleared it all last year. I think it was the power company, because they also cleared the other side of the road. That tree line used to be pretty close just a couple years ago, but now it's all caving into the river since they cut it down. Well, that's all I wanted to show. Just wanted to show a little bit of that while I'm on my way back through here. I could probably look at what it used to be on Google Maps, if that even exists. Sometimes you can go back in time on Google Maps and see what it used to look like, but it depends where you are. When I used to live in the city, they would update the street view almost every year. Up here, where I live, the nearest road to my house, they only updated it twice in the past, like, 16 years. They don't send the Google streetcar around rural areas very often. But that can be used to see what it used to look like back then. This is a main artery, a main route, so I'm sure there's at least one clip of old footage from the street view of this area. Because this used to be pretty grown in to the right. They decided to keep some of the larger trees for some reason. They cut down everything else. If it was the power company responsible, they should have just trimmed it every couple years to keep it away from the lines, but leaving good shrubage below it. But I have a feeling it was probably the DOT, since they did it on the other side where the power lines aren't. I feel like it was the DOT. Yeah, you see right here how there's a line of bushes right against the hill? That's going to prevent it from falling apart. They should have left a little line like that everywhere. But certain areas where there was a thin line against the road, they just cut down everything. And now it's starting to fall apart and slip because of it. I've traveled this road since I was a little kid over the past 20 years, and never before has that had a erosion problem before they did the trimming.